some character measures. In particular, I want to talk about Leo. So Leo is a pretty strong character, right? And I'm just gonna pick my main, just because I know how to deal with Leo very well with my main, right? I've played against a lot of Leos online so far, and I'm not claiming to be amazing at the game, but what I'm gonna show off is like kind of important. So first things first is this is like the very obvious bit of counterplay, and it's this. So just this move. You can just throw it on reaction, and that's really important to be able to do, but it's not always going to be an answer, right? And so what I want to talk about in this case is the back turn stance, okay? And so I'm actually going to just do this, and then I'm going to show off this. So you're going to see a lot of Leo players go for that, and it's really scary, right? But you can backdash and make him whiff, right? Right? Because this is a scary string. Very, very scary, and he also has the risk of going for the low, right? But what you can do is you can do that, where you backdash it, right? Right, or you can, sorry. Right, you can get better than a throw, of course. Right, and at any point during the string, we can do that, actually. So 1, 2, 1... backdash, boom, right? Get our counter hit punish, right? There's a better punish with the Remlethal. I'd do something like this. Right, something like that. That would work. So yeah, make sure that you remember that you can backdash that overhead, right? Back turn H. Always going to have a window to backdash it, even in strings, right? I was showing that, right? That's the SH, as fast as you can go. That's the fastest way you can do it in a string. There will always be a window to backdash it. Of course, the Leo player can counterplay this, right? So I'm just going to show off what I would do to counterplay, right? So I would do, right? And then you clip them, right? And then, because backdash is counter hit state in Guilty Gear, I think, like, especially near the corner, that's going to be bad, because, like, you eat shit for fucking up. So there's counterplay to it, but this is a thing that a lot of beginner players have trouble with grasping, is that I hear this all the time, and I see it. I see people say, oh, that's fake, why did that work on you? And like that's the honest truth, is you gotta separate the difference between what fake means and like counterplay. Just because something has counterplay to it doesn't make it fake, right? So here's the other thing about Leo, is that when you're against this, it's really scary because you have an overhead and a low, but the low is a lot faster than the overhead. So you want to crouch block if he somehow gets point blank on you, right? You want to crouch block and watch for that. Now the scary part about this game is, and I don't know the input for it, but he has... How do you get instance? Is it just from this now? That's crazy. I don't know how the new Leo works entirely mechanically on his own. Oh, he still has this. This is scary because it's the double low, right? And this will catch your fuzzy jump. But yeah, he can also do his specials out of it, remember. So watch out for those. How do you do the command throw? 2 and 4K, okay. So the command throw is going to make this a lot scarier than it used to be, right? So when you're in this stance, it used to be that you just fuzzy to high, right? You just watch for the overhead, right? And then you just got to be ready to interrupt this, right? Because otherwise you get hit in the stagger, right? So I'm gonna just show that off. So right, you do stagger, RC. Oh, huh, it's different than it used to be. Maybe it's just a counter hit baiting tool now. But yeah, so you gotta watch out for this. It's quite slow, right? You can even mash on this. You don't even have to jump out of it. But you can either jump out or you can throw it. Be ready to mash on, I would say, because it also will beat that move, right? Don't mash late, because then you'll get counter hit by that, obviously, which is what you don't want. Remember that when he's dashing through you, you can throw him, but you can't throw him when he's doing moves. He's throwing you during these. Provided nothing's changed from Exert, which I don't think it has. And this is just so good to stagger, right? But it can be backdash and then punished with the blue RC, like I showed off earlier. So Leo's a scary character. That's like just the honest truth. This is really scary. And the thing is that a lot of people will go like, oh, this character's broken because like they have this oppressive offense, right? And this is a common beginner trap alongside the it's fake because it has counterplay, right? Because like, no, there's counterplay to the counterplay. But here's the thing about having oppressive offense doesn't make you a broken character at all. Leo had just as oppressive offense in Exert, where he was probably in the bottom like quarter of the cast in terms of his tier position. And that's for good reason. And it's because generally whenever a character's on offense against you, regardless of how good they are, they're at the advantage, right? Even though you know counterplay, it doesn't give you an advantage. Counterplay isn't a ticket to winning. Counterplay is a ticket to making the situation more like even, right? So yeah, remember you can throw that, right, when it goes for the cross up. Remember to fuzzy low to high so that you can block this. And then also remember that after this move, you always have the option of backdashing, right? Because you can backdash. You just have to be careful to not get hit by like this, delay this, right? Like if they're trying to bait a backdash, right? So you can always backdash that, right? But also don't press on it because you're gonna eat shit. That's like 60% for nothing, right? So Leo's pretty cool. I want to go over countermeasures because I think he's a character a lot of new players will have trouble against.